meet me there, and that's when really we recorded Hiplife.
Right. Okay. So we've established here that yes, you were talking about fusing, hip hop and some.
Yeah, we hadn't even done the first jazz rap before that.
You hadn't given it a name yet. You wanted to do something different, but they hadn't put a name Hiplife yet.
Yes. Right.
Okay. All right. So let me come to AB. I was shocked. You were rapping. I don't know why. Were you there when we were
all the videos?
I know that. He should have just left that rap to me.
Yeah, he should have just left it to me. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. So, what I want to find out, last week, Paquet established right here that the first time he heard the word Hiplife was from Ricky Osei, Reggie's father. Because at this point, and just like Michael has just concurred.
Just like you saw in the video, 11 years ago, Rab was saying the same thing.
They were in their living room trying to find a name to
on
call
the
veranda, trying to find a name to the kind of music that had been done, trying to call it something. And then Ricky said, why don't you call it Hiplife? You understand? Then I'll come to Panji later, because Panji, objected to that and clarified.
Panji said he was doing Hiplife before we even came to Ghana.
He said Talking Drums had already started doing things called Hiplife. It wasn't just Talking Drums; a lot of other people had started. But
how could they have been doing Hiplife when
Reggie? Reggie! Hold on, let us finish it. Let everybody speak up.
I wish he was here so I could really dig in.
So Abraham, at which point did you first hear the word Hiplife?
There is actually a song with the words in it.
Whose song?
Reggie's song. I heard it here.
That was the first time you heard the word Hiplife?
That was the first time I heard it. It was remixed into Chobwe. But the original song...
my title, that's all.
Yeah, the original song, and it had a slightly different instrumental
to it.
And that was the word Hiplife in it.
Still a Reggie song?
Yeah.
That was
the first time I heard it.
Yeah. So technically, at this table, can we agree?
Yeah.
Maybe Panji might still object, but can we technically? So from you, the first person you had Hiplife from was Reggie RockStone.
Yes.
On Chobwe.
Yeah. On Hiplife. That is.
I'm the only one. Yes. Okay. So Panji, yes, you can come in now.
But Abraham, when you started directing Smash TV, Talal Fatal has managed to dig out the old episodes of Smash TV, which Abraham directed, and even the session at CHM. Abraham and the crew were there. When
I shot Kuku and Kwekuti and Abeku in the studio with my tonto, doing the vocals to Chobwe. Not Chobwe, to Aden. And that was used for Smash. And that was September 93.
Yeah.
That was
1993.
Yeah. But the term, the word Hiplife, I did not hear at that time.
No, because they did not know it.
From what I remember, because Abeku was a good friend, he lived just 5 minutes away from me. I remember that they were trying to model themselves on Arrested Development at the time. It was Afrocentric.
It was more like Outkast,
thing.
They were rapping in English.
Yeah.
In Atlanta slangs.
Yeah.
Okay. There was no such thing as Hiplife, as you seen the guy himself, Abeku text there. He said there was nothing called Hiplife.
So they were rapping.
I don't know where Panji gets that from.
Let's hear it.
But let's. There are. I would wish that next week you show Smash TV's episodes from 1993. Where the word Hiplife is mentioned even by the host. If you call Eddie Blay, Eddie Blay will verify this. Nana Achampong will also show that the word Hiplife was in wide use as far back as 93.
It became
you were not here, so you don't even know the words we were using in 93.
This is not possible.
I remember those interviews very well.
Because I can show you the word in getting them together. If I can show you a 93, let's say a Hiplife in it. Will we bet on it?
Listen, I will bet on it.
Okay. I would bet on it. I would like to make us all think about one thing.
Yeah.
Why was Hiplife featured in Panafest 94? It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Really.
It wasn't featured on there. We went over there rapping in English.
I shot a lot of
Come
stuff
on,
in
Panji, man.
Manifest 94. I was responsible for filming Stevie Wonder.
Thank you.
From
SW, whatever. What's the name of the
when
group?
he landed right through.
Thank you.
And with Mickey, we were in between Cape Coast,
and
we were given a vehicle with a camera.
There was no such thing, Panji,
But
as Hip Life.
there wasn't a Hip Life event on Panifet.
No, there wasn't an event, but there were multiple performances.
Nope.
That is where I would. You see, that is why I asked my
There was no high life show either. So there was a combination of events.
In Mike's intro, he did mention the fact that way back in England and all that, they used to talk about doing something, fusing it. Yeah, himself and Reggie, and all that.
I have a history. I go back with both these gentlemen. All three of them. We all in the West.
No, actually, let me put an end to it. This is Hip Life.
This is we have to break it down to everybody's position.
What is
What everyone did. Now, me, my father, who financed it, and my brother here bankrolled some of the money for the first cassettes. We came up, the name, whatever. We went into the studio, laid it down. Panji was not involved in this. I want you to understand that. Panji, you sat there in England, summertime, in Panji's, in SME's sitting room when I did the first tree rap. Tell me, am I lying?
The first tree rap before Ambule or before?
No, first tree rap. You heard me do. Me and Kasa, tree rapper.
The first time I heard you rap.
You heard me rap. What was that?
The first time I heard you rapping tree.
It was in your girlfriend's house. It was in Esme Constance's house. That's what you read in the text. She even said it right there. She said, it started from my front room. The next time that you would hear me rapping tree was at Doreen's party and witnesses Poku, Junior Poku. He was there. He remembers you. He said, Panji was there.
No, but
but
Reggie, all I'm saying is
that's 5 years prior to us coming over.
But Reggie, if you started rapping in tree in 90, please let me finish. No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
and number about later.
No, people have been rapping in tree since I was a child.
Monetary.
No, I am. No,
I think Reggie is confusing the genre of music with what we're talking about. The true name.
Wait, hold on. Good. Yes. I think this is where the confusion is.
Exactly.
I'm kind of, I'm following this thing online. Lots of people are talking. The thing is, there seems to be a lot of confusion between the brand and art.
Thank you.
And they're two separate things. The art of it, from what I understand, existed before. People were doing all sorts of KKD and all these guys. Even before I arrived.
He was rapping in English.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that the idea of even Ghanaians even getting into that kind of rap game. But the brand Hip Life itself, I think we can just agree here today that, as Mickey has confirmed and Reggie has confirmed, it's something that was coined through Ricky and obviously ultimately
I'm his son. I'm Ricky's son.
Reggie's son. And it's something that
if we can prove otherwise, Abraham, from the programs which you directed. I'm surprised you don't remember.
Bring the proof.
But Nana Champong was the producer.
Bring the proof. You said last week.
Nana Champong?
You sat here last week. Panji said he was going to bring footage from Smash and show up here. You see what I
never said I was going to show up here.
No, you said you were going to bring some top.
No, I said I would invite you to come and watch it.
What did I say on Twitter? I said I would like you to watch it. And I said I'm game. I said where and when. I will be there. You show me in '93 whoever's using the words Hip Life, and I'll bow down to you.
Okay.
Up until then, let's
not discuss this matter.
Easy.
No. You know why we were discussing this matter?
Hold on.
The reason why I find that hard to believe is that both myself and AB here had a lot to do with the very program that you're talking about.
Right.
With Smash, at the time working with Reggie, if the word Hip Life had come
it must have come from us.
I would definitely know about it.
Thank you. Okay, now back to one thing. Now, I would like to take this time out to apologize to Brother Zap, because I think I have been unfair to him as far as the kind of words that I used when it jumped up. You understand me? I'm a good man. And it was out of emotion, and this is the reason why. But for Zap to jump out of the woodwork and say, I originated Hiplife, that's what got me cussing you. I'm sorry. That's not it. It's not the truth. The truth is you was a studio engineer that my father paid very well. You did not even make hip-hop. We showed you how to make hip-hop. You were making jazz and gospel.
In other words, you worked together.
We worked together. But here, let me explain something to you. After the whole Hiplife movement, Zap would go on to start a career. He did the Chalmers, the Lorcanians, all of the above. And all of this came from affiliation with me and DJ Rab. Okay, so when people say that I do not acknowledge them, this is one of the gripes that keep coming up. That, you sticking it all to your chest, originator.
But the others have also, Reggie, the others have also accused you of making them feel a bit inferior.
This is where, if you have a complex.
Had it not been for me,
no,
you guys
now that's another
starving.
thing that he said. Panji, where did you ever hear me say those words? You made that up on TV.
It's Twitter.
I never said no such thing about y'all eating and blah blah.
If we go on a break,
I'm coming. But just for the sake of arguments, what I said is true. What we have created has created a lot of jobs, and people are eating. So it's not something that's a lie. Now, it's in the context that you said that I said it. He made it sound like I was very arrogant. I'm not an arrogant person. I am not.
Reggie, hold on a second. You're gonna say a lot.
I was reading the stuff and I even had Hammer jump out at me when you mentioned. The thing is, I wasn't in a studio making music, and I told Hammer I've never really been involved in making the music. Mine was just visually interpreting for people to appreciate it as a fan of hip hop.
Like you did my video.
Yes. I loved hip hop from childhood, so seeing it here, I just wanted to do the same things that, and it was a struggle. I think what we should really be looking at, it's not this argument about
it's so childish,
about who originated. We know, fine, there are people involved, but Reggie has been an icon of it from its inception.
I didn't just say the words. I stuck by the brand.
Understand?
I worked
now,
for it.
Aside of that, the work people have had to do, that includes Hammer, that includes Michael Krekomante, myself, artists that we've had to produce,
my father,
fighting TV programs just to get this material on air. It's the story that we should be discussing here.
Now, my question,
the success story.
Come on, Reggie, let AB learn.
The success story leading up to here should be the topic here.
Oh, we'll get to that.
I think that this thing about who originated it is it's
trivial.
It's trivial.
It's trivial, but Ghanaians love sensationalism. and my brother here, Panji, also loves that. He loves to be up on TV. I'm coming.
Panji doesn't love
Let me tell you something. Let me ask you.
Thank you very much.
Well, apparently, brothers, he wasn't speaking the truth, because the people that's in the group talking drums, who he speaks about, are telling you.
Talk with the tea now.
What do you mean, talk with the tea?
I couldn't read.
I got the text over here. Don't worry about it. We could call him live on air. But
we're gonna take a short break. When we come back from this short break, like AB said, we're gonna go a bit more into history. Let us see.
I want to know something. I want to ask that.
That's fair.
Yes. I want to ask.
No, Reggie. We're on a break.
I want to ask Panji.
The pundits will be right back.